43 degrees.
Man, this has got to be one of the craziest things I've done. It's always good to be back at Baldy Top.
It sounded thundery. No. We made it.
It's 4 days before Christmas. Summer in Australia is well underway. In fact, there is a heat warning for Western Queensland. Sounds like a great time to visit Quilpie for what's turning into an annual ride to visit Baldy Top. So, this mad dog is going to jump on a Triumph, brace the heat and head off into the Australian Outback. Heading west after a couple of hours, I've left the populated urban areas for a more rural landscape and endless flat straight roads. "213 kilometres west of Brisbane is Dalby. I was going to stop here for some lunch, but after filling up I decided to give the pies a miss on this occasion. Eventually, hunger gets the better of me. So I stop at Chinchilla, some 80 k's further west, for a couple of $2 burgers and a coffee. Then it's back onto more long stretches of hot tarmac. Next stop, Miles, some 340 kilometres from home, for a final fuel stop before I reach Mitchel, my destination for today. The heat is intense, but I'm almost there. Just a little further. Here at last. I've covered about 570 kilometres today, and now the sun is getting low in the sky. I'll fuel up, ready for tomorrow, and then head to camp. Fishermans Rest Free Campground is about 5 kilometres out of Mitchel, just off a short dirt track, and sits along the banks of the Maranoa River. Hoping at this time of year it's going to be pretty empty. Bob and Marge are here, Adam's friends.
Well, that was one heck of a ride. It's got to be 35 plus degrees out there. The wind was like a furnace. Absolutely incredible. I've really reached the limit of my abilities there. So I'm glad to have made it finally to Mitchel. It's the Fisherman's Rest Campground, free campground by the river. Absolutely lovely spot, and there's only another 2 people here, so it's really quiet. Not exactly gourmet, but it's convenient and it'll fill the spot. Alright, bon appetit.
After a grueling day in the saddle, the cooler night brings the opportunity to unwind. Tomorrow, no doubt, will be hotter.
The sun is behind us, excellent. I'm going to take it fairly steady because it's 8 o'clock. There may still be a bit of kangaroo action going on.
First stop, Charleville, a mere 180 kilometres away. This should be a short one. However, I took a wrong turn and ended up in Augathella and had to come back down again. My 180 kilometre short ride turned into 266. After an extra 80 kilometres, I arrived at Charleville, where it was time to fuel up and smash down a pie before the last push to Quilpie.
So here we go, Quilpie, a couple of hours ride. Excellent.
By now, it was getting real hot. The constant flow of hot burning air through my helmet was making for a very uncomfortable ride indeed. And instead of enjoying the ride, I could think nothing more than for it to end. Eventually, I reached the Rick Milosevic Memorial, a rest stop just 80 kilometers from Quilpie. I am overheating, and I need to cool down.
Now this has got to be one of the craziest things I've done. Insane. Fancy coming out here in the heat of the summer. It's got to be close to 40 degrees.
Eventually, I reach Quilpie, and after what looks to be a heavy downpour, I waste no time and head straight to the campground so I can get set up.
Well, here I am, all set up. Had a bit of a wash. It's been raining on and off, so it's been a bit difficult faffing around, trying to stay dry. It's really humid, so I'm sweating at the same time, so as soon as you're out the shower, you get wet again. And the sky looks really, really stormy. But anyway, we're gonna get ourselves off to Baldy Top. I got the drones, so, well, the DJI Neo. So we'll see how that goes. The wind's been whipping up, but it's quite still at the moment, so we'll give it a shot and see what we get out of it. Look how wide these streets are. It's exciting, viewers. It's always good to be back at Baldy Top. Seems the wind has calmed down a bit, so that's good. Excuse my breathing. This is what it's all about, viewers. All right. We should get up here somewhere. Wow, here we are, viewers, atop a Baldy Top. Woo! How cool is that? We made it. After 2 days and 1,000 kilometers in blistering heat, we actually made it. I don't believe it. 8 minutes past 4. Superb.
I didn't hear you clearly. Please repeat your command.
Well, as soon as that video ended, it started raining, and I mean raining. So I'll stay here for a few minutes. I've got my waterproof if it doesn't stop, but I'll just see if it dies down and then make my way back to camp. Oh, humidity, man. Right, it's time for some backcountry cuisine. Not sure cuisine is the right word, but that's better than nothing. Well, I'm going to tuck into this sumptuous meal, spaghetti bolognese. It does look good, actually. The backcountry spag bol is probably the best out of their range. Then I'm going to freshen up and jump in that spa. Good stuff. I love Quilpie. If you haven't been to Quilpie, come out to Quilpie. It's a great place. Later that night, after enjoying a few well-deserved beers, the rain came down. Just going to finish my coffee. I'm all packed up, ready to go. Just got to get my biker gear on and then head off to Mitchel. The morning was cool, which made for a pleasant ride, but by 11 AM the heat was back. I've just passed a sign with the temperature on it. It's 43 degrees. After a extremely hot ride, as I said, 43 degrees the sign said back in Morven. Absolutely unreal. Let's find somewhere to park, get set up, and then we'll wrap this trip up with some closing words. Right, we've kind of gone full circle. We're back where we started at Fisherman's Rest campsite just outside of Mitchel, and yeah, I probably could have gone on past Roma, but I had the time, but the heat was just incredible. It was like 43 degrees, as I mentioned, and fatigue was setting in. I was overheating, and that's dangerous when you're riding a bike because you're not thinking straight, you lose your concentration, and that's when accidents happen. So I did the right thing and pulled up here. Means I've got a bit further to go tomorrow, but tomorrow should be a lot better. We'll get cooler as we get further into Brisbane. So yeah, here we are. What a crazy adventure that was, to Quilpie and back in 4 days in the heat in summertime. Absolutely bonkers. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the trip, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, do subscribe. And if you made it this far, thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you on the next adventure. Well, we're pretty much back where we started. Start again. Where are we? We are Fisherman's Rest Campground. Right, we've kind of gone full circle.